for the discussion on the Congo. I couldn't sit in and comrade also said, because it's too painful to even listen to the discussion on the Congo. 5 million people dead in the Congo. 5 million, not 500, not 5,000. Do you see black people crying? Oh no. But when Princess Diana died, we're weeping because our sisters died. When September 11, happened, we were having memorial services all over the continent. And I'm not saying that we mustn't have these things, but you must weep for yourself before you weep for other people. And that is something that you and I don't know how to do, because we believe imperialism's agenda that the African has no human value, but the white person has human value. As soon as the first white farmer was killed in Zimbabwe, all hell broke loose because one white man had died. Then they realized that, oh my God, Mugabe is a terrible person. Excuse me. Just a few years or months ago, the Queen had given him a knighthood. If you don't know, he's a knight. Yeah, his name is Sir Robert Mugabe. He used to be your friend. But when he fell out with his white masters, then he became your enemy. Isn't that interesting, Africans? No. But some of us remain staunchly behind Mugabe. Not because of Mugabe himself, but because of the land. That is our land. Our land, African land. That was taken over by settlers. And they took it with our blood. And now they have the nerve to ask us to pay them for it. We'll pay you for it in other ways. We have to understand the politics. Our politics. Most of us get our understanding of politics from the media. We've got to do some reading. How many of us talking about the Congo today have read this book? Challenge of the Congo by Osadefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. If you want to know anything about the Congo, get this book. Read this book. Then you will know what the struggle in the Congo is really about. Because let me tell you something. You see Lumumba, Patrick Lumumba, I didn't know him. I never met him. I wasn't born when they killed him. It is Lumumba's ideas, his vision, that continues to remain relevant to us as Africans. That is the power of Lumumba. That is the power of Nkrumah. So it's not about the man. His son may feel an emotional connection, has an emotional connection, because that is his dad. But Lumumba is not my dad. He's a freedom fighter for me. That is his essence. And he represents all the things I'm looking for in my life. All the things that we want to bequeath to our people. That is the power of Lumumba. That is the power of Nkrumah. That they represent our outstanding hunger for African liberation. That they dared to show us that you can fight imperialism. And of course it seems as if whenever anybody stands up to fight imperialism, they take us out. They kill us. Then we've got to learn that lesson and see how we organize and counter-organize against that. To stop getting angry that they killed him. They're acting in their own self-interest. Where were we? Did we organize enough to counter that? Even till today. By the way, the moderator asked me a question. What to do? Right now as we speak, our organization, we're also putting together a documentary on Nkrumah's life and the CIA coup of 1966. Because that is the one coup in the world by imperialism that affected not just Ghana, but the whole of the African continent and the whole race of black people wherever we are. By one major strike, American imperialism supported by the British and the French were able to hijack our revolution and take us back 50 years back. That's what they did with the CIA coup of 1966. But how many of us have studied that? So we don't make the same mistakes again. when the enemy comes, or when they bring a puppet like Obama and wave him in front of us, we say, no, you are a traitor. But what do? We rose up in celebration. There is a black man in the white people's house. A black man in the white people's house. We were so happy to have a black face in the White House. Shame on us. Shame. And I know I'm going to be upsetting some of you, but that's all right. Normally, before I start, I always apologize in advance. So when I apologize and I offend you, we'll even each other out. So let me apologize in advance, but I will be doing a lot of offending today. All right? So I've spoken about the context of this discussion we're having. So for me, it's not just an ordinary discussion on the challenges and prospects. It's the context of the discussion, of our times. One of the things that Nkrumah said was that we're going to have a new colonialism. So there was slavery, there was colonialism proper, and then we felt that we had fought the struggles and driven, the Europeans off our lands. But Nkrumah had the vision to see that there would be a new colonialism, which he called neo-colonialism. Now that is the most challenging battle that we face today as Africans in the 21st century. Therefore, one of the first things we must do is, what is our interest? What's our understanding of neocolonialism? Okay? And for me, it is within this context that I stand before you today to discuss this contextualization and issues of African liberation, because that's the bottom line. People were asking